Hey, planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. It is time to get into the November budget, closing out the November budget. Y'all, November was a whirlwind. I've really had to sit down and take a considerable amount of time to truly figure out what happened because I've just been really busy and off my game. I've been writing things down as much as I normally would, and uh, it was a lot. It's very busy for Studio Bliss Co. and then just life, of course. And so I think I have everything accounted for. So today we're going to talk about income expenses, business expenses, debt, sinking funds, savings, and goals. And where we ended up for the month of November. Did I say December? Because it's November. We're closing out November. But how this may impact December is definitely part of the conversation as well. So to start with, for income for this month, I estimated, of course I didn't write that down, I estimated $13,351, and please don't be like, those numbers are not in my wheelhouse, Nia. Like, I don't make that kind of money. I can't relate, because that is a little deceiving as well, and so I'll talk about that in just a second. The amount was $14,553 when you include sinking funds. So where we ultimately ended up was $11,781 and then $13,351 if you add in the sinking funds. However, when you look at that amount, $6,510 came from Etsy, but $4,013 of that it went to taxes. So it was really only $2,300 that came to me. So it makes the dollar amount sort of, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm so tired, y'all, that my brain is not even firing. It seems a little bit misleading, basically. I didn't receive anything from YouTube. I received $74.71 from 31. I had $880 in my Black Friday sinking fund. I did bring that in, but I have not paid. You'll see that in a second when I talk about Afterpay. I haven't paid it towards the things that I purchased, but I will be doing that in December. So you'll see a large amount paid off from that. And then I brought in $210 in sinking funds from my Christmas fund, because I did buy some Christmas decor, some cards, and I actually bought it in October, a black pencil tree. So that came from my Christmas fund. So that's where we are with income. When we look at expenses, they actually don't seem that high. Okay, we'll talk about it here. So expenses, nothing out of the ordinary until we get down to T-Mobile and Hulu. I think I paid the bill late, and so that was why there was a $5 fee. I thought the estate box was going to come out this month, but it's actually December 1st. And then when we get to Mohila, I did not pay anything. So I called Mohila. I was on hold for an hour, which is actually pretty good because I've heard 3 to 4 hours. And I talked to someone who actually knew what they were doing and what they were talking about, which is amazing. It's amazing. So I went from checking the account daily to weekly to barely at all. And so I had checked it, and when you go to log in, so because I was going to pay my bill, I was looking at the beginning of the month to pay the bill, and then I logged in, and it was like, you don't have a payment due from September to December. What you talking about, Willis? I paid y'all in October. Nobody had a payment due in September, but I paid y'all in October. What are you talking about? And you're adjusted to 0% interest, and it still counts for PSLF. Yeah, I don't trust y'all. I don't trust you people over here at the Missouri Higher Education. So I was just like, I'll check back tomorrow because I don't think they know what they're talking about. So I'm looking, going back and forth, looking, and it kept saying it. So I was like, let me screenshot this because then they'll be like later, lies. Nobody told you that, right? So I log in probably November 23rd. My payments due the 25th, and my payment counts are fixed. So if you recall, I did a video, I think it was July or August, where I talked about I was going to set aside money every month for student loans to start back up, and that I consolidated and I expected my debt to be done, over, gone, forgiven at 120 by January of 2025. So this updated count reflects that. I'm at 115. I don't think it counts November. 115 certified. So the 120, which it's certified through August. So the 120 in January, it's coming together is what I'm trying to say. So I called Mohila and I was like, listen, the website says I don't have payment due from September to December. I'm at 0% interest. That was the other thing. When I was looking, I was still accruing interest, but it has since updated and it's not happening anymore. But I said, so I paid y'all in October. Could you send me my money back? Please and thank you. She was like, sure, absolutely. I had to do a church shout because Jesus, are you for real right now? So they're refunding me my October payment. I have roughly $1,300 sitting in my student loan sinking fund, and I actually transferred money over in November for student loans. So I've got that just chilling, and they did say it takes about 60 days to receive the check back. That's fine. So I should not have to make a payment again until January. And that should be my last payment. I will see y'all back here to talk about this again in January or February. Outside of that, we're not talking about these student loans no more. Unless I can provide valuable information to help somebody else. I'm done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I had to share that with y'all, what happened with the Missouri Office of Higher Education and Learning, or whatever their name is, Mohila. So that's where we're at. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below. Happy to share my journey with you as far as what I did. That does not include the IDR adjustment either. I would have definitely been done once they got to me with that, because I've been paying on some of these loans for more than 20 years. But anyway, I digress. Okay, let's talk about business expenses. Business expenses in the month of November were $4,069.56. And 600 of that was sticker paper. I don't even think I have that written on here. 600 was sticker paper. 450 was a laptop, and 450 were 2 new cutting machines. Not things that I had planned for, but we were on the struggle bus this month, just trying to keep up. So these were necessary things. My laptop that I use primarily for Silhouette, I've got to sit down and see if I can do anything with it. It still works, but it does not have the space to run the software. I had to do a software upgrade. It does not have the space to run the software. And it crashes frequently. It's like you're out of space, and boom, and it just shuts everything down. So I was getting nowhere trying to do the Advent box, trying to do the Winter Planner Sesh box, and trying to do Black Friday. it was a nightmare. I drove my little self to Walmart and I picked out 3 different laptops and it was like, no, we don't have it in stock. No, that's for Black Friday. You can't buy it today, which I thought was really dumb. Why have it out here if people can't buy it? And no, we don't have that. I said, I don't even care what color. This is the last one. Otherwise, I'm going somewhere else. And he had that one. And so I took it home and immediately got myself set up and was able to get back in business. So I have no regrets there. Ordered 2 cutting machines off of Amazon. No regrets there as well. Well worth it. But that was $1,500 with the sticker paper. So we had that. And then I had $575 that I spent for tax preparation. And I spent a little over $1,800 for federal taxes. And actually it was a little over 18 between state and federal taxes. So, and then I set aside, I think like 900 or 1,000 for quarterly taxes, which are going to be due in January. So it was just, the business expenses were very high this month. So that's where we are with that. There's a video on my cash envelope stuffing, but I stuffed $930 and then I transferred over money for car insurance, home insurance, Shopify, the student loans, because I didn't know at that time that I wasn't going to have to pay anything, and then utilities and my emergency fund. Then we'll get to sinking funds. I always watch other people's videos and they share some numbers, they don't share some numbers, and people are like, no, I want to be private about, the money and whatnot. And I'm pretty open book. But when I added up everything on my sinking funds this year, I just felt like maybe I don't want to share as much as I have been sharing in the past. And it's a feeling. I can't even explain to you why. It's just a feeling. It's like, I don't know. Petey says hi. I don't know if I want to continue to share like total numbers. What are your thoughts on that? That's just how I'm feeling. And I think it's just because the number has over the years gotten larger. And it makes me feel a little uneasy. And I don't want to feel like I'm bragging, because I'm not, because I feel poor every day. I'm like, eggs is $8 and gas is $6, and I don't feel like there's enough money to make it through the month. So anyway, that's all. As money psychology has become a very fascinating topic for me. I've been watching Ramit Sethi, and it's just very interesting. I can relate to a lot of that. But anyway, for sinking funds, we started out this month with $19,981. We ended with $26,87. That is the highest that I've ever had. And considering the amount that was paid out in taxes, which is like $1,800, I took $210 from the Christmas sinking fund and $880 from the Black Friday sinking funds. Pretty amazing to have still grown this month. However, I did add to the student loan sinking fund and not pay that. That would have definitely changed some things. I didn't have to pay that. So yeah, we have exceeded 20K on sinking funds. Debt. Okay, here's where everything went awry. I'm glad I have a Black Friday sinking fund. My Black Friday sinking fund is not enough money. It never will be enough money because I literally lose my mind shopping. Some of the stuff I purchased wasn't really true Black Friday things. They were things that I was going to purchase anyway, and then they were on sale, and so I stocked up. But I had $19,886 in total focus debt this month. My goal was to get down to $17,500, which would have been $2,486. So like $2,500 was the goal to pay down. And I did really good on the venture card, which is a 0%. I paid $676. My goal though was I think $881, but the $676 keeps me in line with having it paid off before the 0% ends. And then on the Amazon card, I paid $693, which I believe the goal was $600. So we exceeded that. So that was good. Paid down on PayPal, paid down on Navy Federal, no issue. Paid down on Klarna. Then we literally lost our mind on Afterpay. So at the beginning of the month, I was at $501. Right now, I'm at $2,500. I was probably at about 3,000, 3,200. I paid 1,700 towards Afterpay this month, right? Now, I will say I have not put the $880 Black Friday money towards this, which will bring it down under 2,000. But that's what it currently says right now at the filming of this video. So that's what we're going to go with. This loan is at $20.35, and car I have $54.56 left. So if we were to look at this without the Afterpay, I would have hit my goal. $17,184 is where we would be without the Afterpay. The goal was $17,500. With the Afterpay, we're at $19,684, which at least is under the $19,886. But yeah, if I apply the $880 to it, I still wouldn't have hit the goal. So Afterpay kept us from hitting our debt goal. I expect for most of that to be gone by the time we close out December. So it is okay. I have no regrets on anything that I purchased. As my things start to roll in, I'm very happy. So thank you, Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, and all of my little buy now, pay it later friends. And really, I just like it for faster checkout. That I like, and I like Apple Pay for just to be able to check out very quickly. It could also be very dangerous. But yeah, I did a little damage. All right, goals. So we had a goal to save $700. We saved $805.21, so we hit that goal. On the venture, I wanted to pay $881. We paid, I think it was $676. So we did not quite hit that one. And then on the Chase, we paid $693. So we did hit that one. The goal was $550. I tracked expenses, but I did not do a very good job of it. It was like sometimes days later, but I did get them written down, so we're going to go with that. This save towards the car, I didn't do that. So I was thinking, maybe I could pay my car off at the end of the year. Yeah, no. I didn't save anything towards it, so it just didn't happen. And I just got done telling y'all that I did not pay down the debt, so that didn't happen. Now, with my Roth, the way that I do it is it's at Ally with my high yield savings. So I did transfer over, I actually transferred over $540, but I only put 50 of it into the actual Roth. The other amount is sitting in the savings and in my Roth bucket. And the reason for that is this solo 401k that I opened. I was waiting to talk with the tax person to decide what I wanted to do as it relates to that. So I did not fund this. I did get a thing in the mail saying it was opened. And then I got an email saying it's open and you can fund it now. So I didn't do that. It was actually towards the end of the month where I got the notification, and then we were supposed to have a meeting on Tuesday of this week, and it didn't happen. So I need to do some year-end tax strategy to see like what would be best before I decide what I want to do. So I do want to get that money invested though, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and invest it on Monday in the Roth. I also wanted to look at like where I'm at for my quarterly taxes and how much I have saved, because I probably will pull money from there to, if there's excess, which there generally is, to put towards this. So it's kind of a yes and no on that. And this is, the money's there. So it was transferred over. It's done. So I would say yes for that. Last, 10K in revenue. So we have never hit 10K revenue. And we still have never hit 10K revenue. And if I was going to do it, it was going to be this month. It was going to be November with just Black Friday, Winter Sesh Box, and the Advent. November would have been the month. What did happen though is the highest month ever, which was $93.48 Now, if you're not familiar with revenue is before any fees and taxes and marketing and shipping. So I just want to say this is the highest month ever for shipping as well. Actually, the shipping was higher than the fees. The fees were about $1,100. The shipping was $1,300. It's so gross, the amount of shipping. I do have free shipping at, I think it's $35 or more, which is a whole Etsy thing. But $1,300 in shipping in November is just, it hurts my soul. But anyway, that is pretty much a wrap for November. So not all bad. It's not all good. The Black Friday spending was definitely not the best thing that I could have done, but like I said, I like everything that I bought was intentional, so I don't have any regrets. And you'll get to see those things. I'd say about 90% of those things during a Friday Night Lights video coming up in December. So I've started to share this last week, and as the items continue to come in, I will of course be continuing to share. So that is a wrap for November. Let me know how your November went. If you have any student loan questions, I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial expert. I can just tell you about my experience and what I've learned and what I know about. I've done a lot of research because I know that they don't know what they be talking about half the time. So I am on the path that I believe that I should have been on, and some of my information had to have been accurate if that's the case. So I am truly grateful for that. I cannot wait to be done with these people. And if you got caught up in the Black Friday shopping, shout out below what you got. And we will see how we end up in December. So this November is definitely impacting my December because I got to pay this stuff off in December. I'm not going into the new year with this crap. Anywho, that is what it is. I hope that your budget is treating you well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye.